Okay, Project Override here. This is Mark Smith, also known as Wolf Shield. Now, we went from constitutional republic to what could be a better model? A direct republic. So I just came across this today. It is a mixture of both a constitutional republic and a direct democracy. So we're just going to dip our toes in here. There's a lot of content to go through, and that will be left up to you unless you'd like to hear my thoughts after I go through everything. So I'm only going to introduce it to you here as I'm being introduced to it, and then we shall proceed forward. So I found this off a tweet online, and it's from the website the null hypothesis of politics.com. And just to read a bit of the front page here, A Direct Republic, the Null Hypothesis of Politics. This is by Donnie Gebert, How to Automate a Legislature. So number one, all war is based on deception. Politics is war by other means. And number three, truth is the first casualty of war. I like what I see already. Looks like on the left, he has about 58 minutes where he explains it, how to decentralize the government. On the right here, he has a bunch of audio clips, probably summarizing his points, and then a Direct Republic PDF. It's I think just over 50 pages. So I'm just going to read this front page here, just 2 paragraphs. Therefore, systemic, political, and legal transparency are required to avoid war. How would a military intelligence analyst attack a political and legal system? The highest form of warfare is not fighting at all. A direct republic is an organizational model utilizing select parts of a direct democracy and a constitutional republic. All members of a direct republic sign and agree to a social contract or a constitution. The contract states that you will not engage in murder, rape, theft, and basic crimes against humanity. Once signed, the individual becomes their own representative and places social contributions directly into funding pools for social projects they approve of without representation or voting. All other laws are agreed to by adding modular pieces of law onto one's own palette of need. This means that the legislature is assembled in a do-it-yourself or Build-A-Bear fashion. Executives are, de facto, the individuals in charge of the projects you fund. The judiciary is self-selected and directed, handled by contract. Cases are settled in arbitration services selected by contract, not mandated by courts with centralized and or corrupt statutes. The ebook is free. Donations into the crypto addresses in the book and below are greatly appreciated. So, Donnie Gebert, this will be my first time dipping into your content. It looks very suitable to me. I have in previous podcasts, I've gone over a different voting method and different tax collection strategies. So they somewhat differ. So I also noticed, just to point out for everybody watching, the Direct Republic podcast on Spotify. And there's quite a bit of content going all the way back to 2021, 2020, and then 2019. I saw on the BitChute 2019. And so just looking at this one from December 30th of 2023, I was like, this looks interesting. An informational podcast tailored to teach blockchain, cryptocurrency, and how to create a decentralized legislatures and the relevant content surrounding. So I'm going to read the contents forward, where to begin, heresy, democracy, republic. And just before we go here, I have in my possession, let's bring this up. I have in my possession a Webster's dictionary, not Black's Law or anything, but a Webster's dictionary from 1892. And I love going back and I love reading definitions from, as far back as I can go before the 1900s. But I wanted to read democracy at this point in time, 1892, defined by government by the people, a form of government in which the supreme power is lodged in the hands of the people collectively, or in which the people exercise the powers of legislation. Such was the government of Athens. And so that's democracy. And then republic, in this 1892 dictionary, republic. Here we go. Number 1, a commonwealth, a state in which the exercise of sovereign power is lodged in representatives elected by the people. In modern usage, it differs from democracy or democratic state, in which the people exercise the powers of sovereignty in person. Yet democracies of Greece are often called republics. So to me, that's a little bit confusing because we have elected officials. And this is Canada I'm speaking about, not America, but the sovereign power in the people, we'd like to think that, but that's not necessarily so. Anyways, that was just a quick break. But yeah, the contents of a direct republic, there we go. Heresy, democracy, republic, a constitutional convention. We've seen that before through other various people's works. A direct republic writes the law. Surely you can't be serious. The legislature, intellectual property, IP and government, enforcement of contract, diplomacy, intelligence agencies, defense, the art of secession, basic, how to decentralize your jurisdiction, about the author, afterward by the editor, footnotes. So that is all I wanted to show you. And I very much would like to proceed forward to figure out how to disintermediate government and to finally get to the point where we can actually implement it. I don't know how many years that will take, but it seems that the people who have a hard time being told what to do, like myself or any libertarian, they would have a hard time taking orders to put together a system or even trust anybody, since we've all been burned one way or another. Trust is at an all-time low, and whether you're following my content because you think that I'm speaking the truth, or you're just interested in where I'm taking this, or you actually have some vested interest in the outcome of how I wish to implement the technology and the puzzle pieces I have, I very much appreciate it. But I'm learning in real time, just like you. So a direct republic will be the route that I'm taking. And please go to the null hypothesis of politics.com and read ahead of me. And maybe you can teach me something I don't know. And I'd very much appreciate that, because the higher we all become educated, the more camaraderie and competition we have with one another to bring the best idea that has the best merit forward. And I'd like to see a meritocracy mixed in with a direct republic, whatever that may be, whatever model comes to be. But whatever is pushed forward should be better than whatever the government's going to offer us, whether it's some sort of hybrid social credit system, carbon credit system, carbon points, whatever it is, a fake David versus Goliath scenario that we're being put in right now. The psyops are ongoing, and can't get distracted from the end goal. So we will be building this out one way or another, but we're going to take the best model to make it happen, and we will override the corruption and return the power to the people in some way, shape, or fashion. Or at least that's the ultimate end goal. So thank you very much for your attention, and have a good night.